Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're going to go ahead and kick off a brand new beginner guide series around the new game called Aphelium. This is a Discord-based game that has some web elements. We're going to go ahead in this video right now is just do an overview, show you the different parts, how to get started, where you need to go ahead to do different things in order to kind of just get started with the game. And then we're going to dive into a number of beginner guides that focus on specific questions or specific areas to really help beginners get into the game. And, active players may not know some of this also, so they may learn some new things also as we're going through these beginner guides. I hope you all enjoy this. Before we jump into the video, I know I have to do everyone's least favorite part of the video and let you know this disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any project. Don't take my word or anything that's said in this video as financial advice or advice in any way. I'm just a gamer playing a game and reviewing games as part of this. I am not telling you to jump into any project or anything along those lines. Do your own research, make sure it's right for you. Go ahead and pause this video and read this thoroughly before we jump into it. All right, so let's get back to the video. Now that we got through that, let's talk about what is Aphelium. It is a discourse-based game that is a land-based resource management style, adventure exploration style game, all packed into one, where you're essentially going out exploring, you're working, you're owning lands, you're managing your lands, you're crafting. There's a whole bunch of different things that are included in this game. We're going to, again, cover this at a very high level, and then we'll dive into the details in future guides. First of all, to go ahead and access the game, there's two things you're going to want to do. First, their website is aphelium.io. There will be a link in the description down below. And then there'll also be a link in the description down below to their Discord where you'll do most of the actual activities while you're playing the game. We're going to actually start here on the Discord side. I'm going to show you some very high-level items, basically how to go ahead and maneuver, go out, work, go sleep, and all those fun things. And then we'll jump over to the website where we'll dive into the details, show you where the skills are, show you your equipment and things like that so you can dig through those items also. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, there is a link in the description down below to the Discord. You go ahead and check it out. When you first get here, you're going to have to go through the normal verification process that you do with any game or any Discord. Once you get through that, you're going to want to know, where do I start? So the first thing you want to do is you're going to go ahead, look through the announcements, look through the game updates, any channel guides that you want to take a look at just to kind of get familiar with the area. But once you're ready to start playing the game, you're going to want to go right here, play here, and you're going to go ahead and type in start. That's where it's going to give you a bunch of different things as far as commands where you can go ahead and take a look at them. You go ahead and do that, click enter, and it's going to bring up the basic commands. It's going to give you a little audio guide where you can listen to that and get some instructions. But these are the main things. When you're first starting out the game, the first couple things that you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking at your profile, you're going to be doing some work, and you're going to be sleeping. Those are the main things you're going to go ahead and check out. One beginner tip, or I guess a pro tip that makes things a whole lot easier so you're not competing against a bunch of other people in this area, is if you go ahead and hit backslash and go to private session. If you click on private session, that's going to go ahead and open up a session just for you where you're not competing against anyone else. The one word of warning is this closes after a little while, so you just have to go ahead and do that again. But you're in here, you're not competing with anyone else, and you can go ahead and scroll through your own commands, and it keeps all the information for you, which is great. So you can go ahead, what was that command that I did last time, or what was this that I was looking for? You can go ahead and scroll up and down to find that information. All right, let's talk about some of the basics. One of the commands that you want to check out is profile. And what profile is going to do is that's going to bring up the details of your astronaut. As you can see here, this one's mine. Let's zoom in a little bit. The first bar here is your energy. You're going to need energy to go ahead and work. You're going to need energy to craft, to explore all the main activities in the game. You're going to need that energy for. The next one is XP, and that's how you level. You go ahead, when you go ahead and work and explore and do some of those things, you're going to get XP when you come back, and you want to go ahead and continue to get that XP so you can level up. And when you level up, it allows you to open skills. It also raises your health and your attack and defense and things like that. The next on here is your reputation. When you go out to different lands and you work or you explore with them, you have occasionally an opportunity to go ahead and build friendships and really gain reputation. So that's where this bar is for. The next is the coins. You earn coins by working. You do not earn coins by exploring. So keep that in mind as we're going through this. Cooldowns is like if I eat something, there's a 5-minute cooldown. It's going to show it there. That shows the current land that you're visiting. My current status as I'm awake. If I'm asleep, it's going to show sleep and how much time I have in there. Daily streak is just how long you continue to stay active. And then if you go down here, you're going to see a couple things. And I left these on there on purpose. There's going to be debuffs and there's going to be buffs. And then you're going to have your stats, your attack, your defense, your health power, and your will. The will is a new addition to it. Basically, it's your willpower as much as you want to continue to work. And you're going to have to keep replenishing that. Otherwise, you get the debuffs. And at one point, if you get too low, you won't be able to do any work at all. So you have to keep an eye on this also. So, and then on here, like I said, the debuffs. You go ahead and you have this. My will's low, so that's why I have these. And like I said, if I get even lower, and maybe we'll go ahead and show you an example, I won't be able to do any work at all. But I do have Cosmic Luck, which is an extra item that you can get, which allows you to have a better chance of working rare lands rather than common or uncommon lands. Just gives you better rewards through that. So that's the profile. That's very high level. This is going to be important. You're going to be looking at this screen quite often as you're going through it. The next thing that's going to be super important when you're working is work. This is one of the first tasks that you're going to go ahead and do. It's just type in /WORK, and then it's going to ask you how many hours. For every hour that you work, it's going to take 3 energy away. So understand right now I have 11 energy. I'm going to go ahead and just work 1 hour as an example. Click enter. And what's going to happen is it's going to show me my results. Basically, it shows you the land that I worked at, the work that I actually did. The debuff actually took a little bit of my rewards away. These are the coins, how much XP I got, how much willpower I lost, and occasionally when you work, you're going to get a very few amount of materials. Then you check out the land, and you can see I have another debuff applied. So I'm going to go ahead and click on profile again. This is most likely the one that doesn't allow me to work anymore. The one I kind of hinted at that I was going to get. And we'll go ahead and let it load up here. And here it is. It actually just, no, it's not what I have. I think when I get under 10, that'll actually give me that one. So I'm not too worried about it. If you go ahead and click on this, it's going to give you the details of them. Same with the buff if you want to go ahead and check out the details of the buff. All right, so the question is, how do you get your will up? And how do you get rid of these basically debuffs? What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and wander. Click on / type in wander. And every time you wander, it's going to give you a little bit of your willpower back. The key area for willpower is you want your willpower above 50. That's going to get rid of all the debuffs. So we're going to go ahead and do one more. And you see I'm above 50. I'm at 57 out of 100. So let's go ahead and type in profile again. And that should get rid of all of those nasty little debuffs that I have here. Yep. See, now they're all gone. So if I go back under 50, they're going to be added back on. The good range to stay in is between 50 and 100. I usually stay in between 60 and probably about 80. That's a good range where I do. All right. So once you get to the point where you get where your energy is all out, we're going to go ahead and do one more work. There's a couple other, before I talk about that, there's a couple other tasks that you can do. You can do exploring, you can do crafting. We're going to do some other beginner guides around that. Exploring does a little bit different. You don't earn the in-game token, but you do earn a lot of resources and you have the opportunity of coming across the landowners. And that's where you can build reputation if you play games with them. Again, also crafting uses energy, but you need the skills. You need to level up to earn those skills in order to get them. And we'll talk about skills here in a second when we jump over to the website. So let's go ahead and quickly talk about, let's actually go ahead and work one more time. Let's run out of all my energy that I have. And then we'll show you how you get energy back. There you go. There we go. We're going to go ahead and this is one of the NPCs. We'll see if we can go ahead and gift them something. We'll get lots of this. So we'll go ahead and give them that. And then what happens is they didn't like that friendship. They didn't want that gift. So I actually lost a friendship portion with that gift, which is interesting. And then I also, thankfully I didn't lose any reputation on that. So sometimes they'll like your gift, sometimes they won't. If they like it, then they'll go ahead and give you a friendship and reputation. So now I've done that. I am I think I should be at 0 energy now. So in order to get energy back, I'm going to have to do what's called sleep. Yep, see we got 0 energy. There's 2 ways you can get energy back. You can eat something, which gives you a little bit of energy, sometimes between 3 and actually full energy, depending on what you eat. Or the other option to go ahead and do is sleep. Now there's a couple key things, and we'll dive into the details of sleep. But essentially there's a number of different options. You can go ahead and sleep on your own land. You can sleep on someone else's land. You can sleep on your own land with a bed, and they're all going to give you different characters, or they're all going to give you different rewards. If you sleep on your own land with your own bed, you get 4 per hour. If you go ahead and sleep on someone else's land, you're going to have to pay them, and you only get like 2 per hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep on my own land. So I'm going to type in base, and then I'm going to select the land that has the bed, which is this one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and type in sleep. And we're going to sleep for a little while because oops, if I can type correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and click on sleep. And what time is it? We're going to go ahead and sleep for 6 hours. And that's actually going to go give me the full boost because I am sleeping on my own land. If you can see here, sleep for 6 hours on my own land, check, in a bed. So it's going to give me 4 per hour, which is going to take me up to full energy, and I don't have to pay a tax. So it's nice if you have land and you have a bed, that's the perfect situation. So let's go ahead and confirm. And we went ahead and did that. I want to show you one more thing in the Discord, then we'll jump over to the website and show you those details. You are able to own land within the game. And the land, what happens with the land, like with anything, is other people can go ahead and use your land and give you resources. And then you also get some rewards from it too. So we'll go ahead and show you my land. I have 2 lands right now. Hope to get more lands in the future. So we'll go ahead and click on lands, and this is what comes up. It shows you my land. It shows you the resources that are available on my land. Both my lands are common. If you have higher rarity, rare and above, you can actually rent out your land and you get better resources from it. Shows your earnings from the last couple of days. I'll show you the other one I have, which is all crops. I have this one on purpose so I can go ahead and make food, which gives me energy. And this is where I have all my tools, the bed that I talked about already, the workbench, which you need for crafting, the cooker, which you need for cooking. You need a drone. You don't need a drone. You can manually manage your lands, or you can go ahead and have a drone which automatically does it. Again, we'll dive into all those details and additional guides. I just wanted to quick show you this. Now let's quickly jump over to the website. The Discord is where you're going to play a majority of your time. This is where you're going to play the game itself, communicate with others, and do that sort of thing. But the other option, or the other area you're going to go ahead and check out occasionally, this is the website. And it's the same, Aphelium.io. You go there and you go ahead and click on play. You will have to go ahead and connect your account. And then we can go ahead. There's a couple things that you can manage over here. You can manage your skills and your equipment. Those are the 2 main things. There's also land, which we'll cover here in a second. So let's first of all go to skills. Skill is every time you level up, you earn a skill point, which you can go ahead and add to any of these skills. I'm going to do a separate guide on skills and show you each of the ones and show you the different characteristics for each of those. But for right now, you can take a look. Some of the most important ones are crafting, exploring. If you want to go ahead and buy and sell in the market, you want that, and other mechanics also, or other skills also. So if you have a skill point, you just go here and it'll show up here where you can go ahead and highlight and click it. And that's how you add the skill. Right now, I have 0 skill points, so I can't show you that part. Some of the other critical parts of the website is if you go to your equipment. For example, you have a limited amount of slots when you start out the game. So it's pretty important to go ahead and get a suit that gives you additional slots, that gives you accessory slots. Bag gives you inventory slots. Accessories give you the buffs. And a teleporter is more of an advanced thing, which we'll talk about down the road. In here, you're going to go ahead and see your stats. These are the same stats you saw on the profile. You see the suit. If you want to go ahead and add a suit, you go ahead and click on this. And you can go ahead and swap out your suits if you want to do that. Same with accessories, same with bags. And it just shows you the different accessories that are available. They are adding accessories all the time. I think they just added the collector recently, which allows you to collect from your lands without actually going and using an energy point to your land. So there's a lot of different things that they're continuing to add. So there'll be more videos on those once they're added. But you want to go ahead and equip different things within the game. There's other parts also. You can check out your inventory. If you have something, you can go ahead and rent. If you have founder coins, which gives you passive based on secondary sales, you can go ahead and do that. There's also guides and a number of other things. The one other thing that I wanted to show you before we close out this video is you can also access your land and manage your land from the website. You can go ahead and check it out. You can see these are the two lands that I showed you earlier. This is the first one, common, doesn't have any tools on it. So if you click on this little flag here, if I go across here, you're not going to see any additional items that I can go ahead and add or subtract. The main land that I use is this one, and this is the crops. If you highlight over it, you go ahead and see all the tools and the durability that they have left. Once their durability gets to 0, you got to either remake it or you lose it. So you can go ahead and see I have a number of items on here. I have the workbench I mentioned, the cooker, a drone, a basket, and the bed. I'll give you a little bit of additional benefits, whether it's from crafting to a little bit more automation or a little bit more benefit when people actually work your land. So in order to manage it, you're going to click this down here and you go and you scroll through the different ones. There's a storage chest that I have there, workbench, and so forth. You can go ahead and add different tools to it. I actually have a tool to, nope, don't have a tool for this one. The wheelbarrow is the one that I actually have in there, which gives you a little bit of a bonus that's on there. So this is the spot where you're going to go ahead and manage your lands. Like I said, the bed that I went ahead and used when I took my little nap earlier. You have totems, which attracts people to your land. There's a lot of things that you can manage within here. Again, not going to dive into it completely now, separate video for that one. But this is the overview that I wanted to cover as far as Aphelium goes. It gives you a feel for how you get started. The main things that you're going to want to know, work and sleep and wander are going to be the main things that you do starting off until you get up a level or two and get a few coins. Then exploring is going to be a big part of it. And if you decide to get land, that's also going to be a big part that comes into it in the future. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions about this video or if there's any guides that you want to see me come out with in the near future, prioritize over other ones. Just let me know down in the comments. I hope you all have a great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye.